One of the topics that I wanted to cover in my simple series is chipping. If you want to shoot your lowest score ever, you're going to do that by having a really good chipping round for most of us. That means you're going to get it up and down 9 out of 10 times or 10 out of 10. I've had a lot of rounds, especially when I was younger, where I would struggle hitting the ball in play, and I would have to really scramble. And being able to chip the ball close and have a bunch of 3-footers versus 8-footers is a big, big deal. So I want to show you what I do, and I learned this when I was a kid. It was minimum air time, maximum ground time. What I try to do is get the ball onto the surface. The putting surface is the most consistent thing we have as far as rolling the ball on. So if I take a ball and I want to get it on that green and let it roll to the hole, it's going to give me the most consistent way of doing it, trying to get it close. If I took a sand wedge from here and I tried to fly it, well, that pin's, I don't know, 10, 12, 25 yards. So if I try to hit a sand wedge and fly it up there, one time it's going to stop, the next time it's going to scoot a little bit, next time it's going to land and kick dead right. Whatever it may be, they're going to be inconsistent for me to be able to get it up and down. So I'm going to choose something with less loft that's going to cover this area right here. From about right here back. That's all I want to cover. As long as I can cover that area, then I know my ball is going to land on that green and it's going to roll to the hole. Now, if I hit this shot and I'm trying to land it on this, I'm trying to land it in here. And I'm going to picture a little area that I would like it to land in. If I did that with a sand wedge, boom, it's going to land, it's going to roll, what, 6 or 8 feet? I got a 40-footer. I got a problem. So I need something that's going to guarantee me it's going to roll. This particular shot, I happen to have an 8-iron. And I'm going to do a few things in my setup to make sure that I'm going to hit one ball first, I'm going to hit it on a descending blow, and I'm going to be able to control how far I fly it. There are 4 things that I want to do in my chipping setup that's going to ensure that I'm set up in a way to where I can be consistent. I'm going to have the ball off of the toe off my right foot. I'm going to have my body slightly open. I'm going to have my feet together, and I'm going to have my weight left. The reason why I put my feet together is because it's very easy to get my weight to the left side. If I did this and I tried to lean on my left side, well, that'd be quite awkward. It just wouldn't be very comfortable. But I can do this and lean into my left side, and it's very comfortable. If there's a 5th thing that I would add to this, it would be that I would grip down. It's going to allow me to have a little more control, and I play them both ways depending on how far I need to actually carry this shot. But for most shots, I might grip down a little bit to give me a little better control. So again, setup is going to be, ball's going to be off the right toe, my body's open, and I'm going to say that's probably 15 degrees, maybe 20 degrees. What that's doing is that's allowing me to have room for my club and hands to pass my body. If I set up square to this with a normal stance, I can't keep going. I'm going to have to do this, which is the death trap called cupping. We don't want to be there. So I'm going to show you a couple of shots here, and then we'll go over some of the pitfalls that people fall into and what we can do to make sure you're not one of those people. So ball off the right toe, body slightly open, weights left. You're going to see from this camera angle I've got shaft lean. What sets that shaft lean up is the weight left, ball off the right toe. And I'm basically going to make a putting stroke. It's going to be with a lofted club, the ball is going to land on the green, release, and roll to the hole. Let me show you how shaft lean dictates good impact on these chips. Okay. The shaft lean is created because our weight is on our left foot. And I'll show it to you this way. If I attach my club to the center of my sternum, which is probably my center of gravity of my body, and I have weight 50-50, I want you to watch this. The lowest point of that club is going to be there. That's the low point. So let's say I had my ball there, and I have 50-50, and I swing my club, and that's my low point. I'm going to make contact with this ball. I'm going to come in close to this. I'm going to make contact with this ball right about there. So what that gives us is a very thin shot, and it's not going to have very good consistency as far as how far it flies. If we do this, we have our weight on our left side. I want you to watch this. I'm going to lean into my left side. Now when I swing this, the lowest point is up here. Now I want my ball off of this right toe. What does that do? It gives me shaft lean, and I'll show you what that does. I want you to watch the center of that club come into play as this shaft goes forward. All of a sudden, I'm hitting it in the sweet spot. All the difference in the world as far as hitting good chip shots. Some of the things you need to watch out for in your chipping if you're struggling, normally one of them is your weight is a little out of whack. I see a lot of people try to get their weight in their left side, and they do this. All right, you can see what I just did. You see what happened to my center of gravity? As I lean back, both with my shoulders and my head, then my weight is going to creep back into my back foot. So that means that my bottoming out point is too far. It's probably behind the ball or either on the ball. So we want to always make sure that when we set up, feet are together and our center of gravity, if we attach the club there, is going to be when that club hangs, it's going to be in front of our golf ball. That's going to guarantee us that we're hitting it on its descending blow. The other thing you see sometimes people struggle with is called cupping. It's where a person would go through their shot and they would let their hands collapse. The club starts coming up. They're trying to help it up in the air with their right hand, whatever it may be. The club's moving up. And if they miss the ground, their tendency is to hit it thin or scull it across the green. It's hard to make pars if you're sculling it or hitting it fat. I see a lot of people struggle with that, and it's so fun to get somebody doing it the correct way, because they're going to save. If you're a good chipper, you're going to save yourself 5, 6, 7 shots around. I mean, it's incredible, and it's the way to go. It's the way to make your scores lower than ever. Ball's off our right toe, weight's into our left side. I'm going to grip down just a little bit. My body's slightly open, and I'm going to try to make what I would call a pendulum motion, almost like a grandfather clock. If I could take this and swing that back and through the same distance, that's going to make me the most consistent speed I could be. If I were doing this, I would be very inconsistent. So what I would like to do is have that pendulum motion like the grandfather clock. I would like to have it swinging back and through the same amount. So I'm going to try to have, if I go back this amount on this side of the ball, I would like to go through about the same amount. It doesn't have to be perfect, but it's going to allow you to have much better speed control day in and day out. So here we go again. We got ball off the right toe, weight on the left side. I got me a little spot picked. Let that roll. So I hit that with an 8-iron. In reality, that's probably not the right club. I need something that's going to have it a little bit more roll to it, because there I'm having to fly that a little too far. Let me get a little less loft here. There we go. All right, so let's try this. And I'll use this shot with everything from probably a 5-iron to a sand wedge, depending on how far I need to fly the ball and how far it needs to roll. Every course is different, but it's amazing how good you can get at judging what's going to happen when your ball lands and then it's going to release. The main thing here is we're getting minimum air time, maximum ground time on the smoothest part of our golf course. So this is a 6-iron. This is going to give us a lot more roll. Ball's off the right toe. Same setup on all of these. I'm trying to picture that a little bit better. There we go. Break a little, you might go in. No, but I can make a 6-incher. So getting good at picking the right club that's going to carry you safely onto the green and then roll to the hole is going to give you a great way to save a lot of shots. And this is a very simple motion, shoulders and arms, basically a putting stroke with a lofted club. And again, this is a 6-iron, the last one was an 8. The 6 is probably a little more in line with this shot. Back and through. Killed it. No, I didn't, it was perfect. I keep thinking that's breaking, but it's not breaking. But you can see how that ball's rolling out. It's just like a putt. If I tried to putt this, you know, a lot of people would say, just putt it. Man, that's gonna roll. It's like putting over concrete right there, pea gravel. It'd be even worse. You can't predict what that ball is gonna do there. So let's put it in the air until we get to the good surface that we can control. Then we got a chance to get that up and down 9 out of 10 times. I know this part of the video series is going to help you. It's going to save you a lot of shots. Comment below, put some comments down there if you have questions. Subscribe to my channel and hit that bell. It'll send you a notice when I'm putting another video out. These simple series it's really about helping people to get better with their golf game. And this one is going to help you save you a bunch of shots. So I hope you enjoyed it. Follow along if you can. If you have some questions, like I say, leave some comments. And again, thanks for watching.